digging this out more tomorrow. This section's 33 by 12.7, 11 by 11, 11 by 7 by 11 by 7 by 48. It's 4,000 gallons. So 12 and a half by 33. Let's see how I feel, how deep I'm gonna go with this. Try to do 13,000 gallons. Carve out another section over here once I get this cleaned out. And make a secondary. And have a hydro plant go down and have a third pond. So I can shoot the stuff back up. Structurizing it. Use this beautiful soil coming out of the mama. Out of the mine. Slugs. They go bananas slugs. First time I've ever seen them like that. May, June. Try to get Abuela to go to the beach. Go to Moonstone. Go get some moonstone from Moonstone Beach. Put out water and so forth. Give the folks the time when the whatchamacallit, fireflies are coming out on the East Coast. Mating season. The same for on this side. Those that are still around. That's when you see the banana slugs and crazy looking roly-polies get over to the nice, really good moonstone. They use the minerals from it. Talk to everybody. About halfway full, 30 minutes in. I'll start looking into different pumps. These ones did suffice for what I was using before, but I need higher flow rate for lower or same amperage. There's 9.5, 290 an hour. Shallow well pump. Same amperage, higher pressure, 150 foot head, and 3 times as much water. And I found these other ones that are 8 amp or 6 amp, you use 24 volt. Which I'll be running cable because I'm going to be trenching this through the valley to another pond. We're going to make it big enough for a helicopter to come in and scoop water and other things. Have some bobtail or fire truck hookups. The bilge pumps, 4,000 gallon an hour type things. You need about 40,000 gallons right here sitting, and another, so forth. It's going to be 7 spots set, strewn, and then miniature cisterns and so forth that collect water and help propagate energetics with plasma and other things in winter. Moving forward, the Empire, Kiwi water. Heck yeah. 33 foot to its length. It's actually longer, but this lengthwise because we got the little L thing going on.
Just a little bit anyway, huh?
The little L shape going on. That's right there. But that won't be 7 foot. Use this as a swimming hole too. I'll do the other one. This one gonna be a water hole, so that will be 7 foot all the way around. Stump's getting removed. 12.8 by 33 foot. That length. But then that changes such, so it'll be over 22,000 gallons. About 25 for the first step. And I'll do the second step after it, right there, coming off the other one. And another thing down there. And then trenching it over. Doing the big pond. Second, shooting up, doing 3 ponds up on top for food, fire, power, and then China Gate pond, and then the new entrance coming in. Talk there. Set up the cable system in a Ben Franklin's for the 5 6 input panels that'll go right here, up off the ground, or on the pump. until the hydro plant gets up and operational and runs itself. And I move them to the next spot. Crystals and magnets and other things and stuff and go to ship in the water. What's kind of down below that? Redoing solar collectors, sterilize the water and so forth, structure and other things. Isn't that cool? Line this guy out towards the thousand. All loaded up. Tally ho. Get that where that water's going that way and get the bombs and stuff going. Oh, we can get all this water. Talk beer. June Mubarak. Happy Friday. This lady cleared out space over here, so now I can angle it over here better. I think I'm gonna pull it out more. So it's out of the way. Pull forward just a little bit more.
Broken glass saver, so I put something in a shell that had a little bit of a sticking broken glass in it.
That's right. Move this forward.
Everything good done?
Yeah, I did some calculations. The hole will be about 22,000 gallons.
You measure it out.
Yeah, measured it out. If I do it 7 foot deep by the 33 by 12.8. And then there's still water coming out of the other side of the creek. I was looking at how to clean it out and what the tile and so forth. And all that beautiful stuff. And be able to make a secondary step underneath it without diverting water from the flow that we already have. Bring it from what's coming out from the other side. I found some of my water. Pieces that I was working on. Make a natural reactor. Harbor freight. Drill press. Hard to do. Keep them from shattering. Witness number 5. No, dear. Only the other day when he had them won. Those guys.
Being here and not being in India.
Be able to do that. Right, yeah. What? Where we had camera, a couple of more cameras set up and stuff. So, as you heard sister state, what we were talking about mom and dad. What she stated, if I was home, I couldn't change nothing, you know, I could help a couple people. But yet I could help more here, in a sense of such, but also I could help more because of here I can advocate and change policy. You know, two people with clout and connections and so forth, and the children that have clout, that are still in administration and so forth and working, getting paid dollars. And the kids that you grew up with that are getting paid dollars. You realize that's why he's still crying.
Dude, you're always so strategically placed. I'm sorry, Mama. you think I'm horrible giving me a lock him in the fucking container and shit. Worst thing. His experience with me. But yeah, people that have it, and she is.
With this thing in the instance of, say, what we were talking about earlier, and with family, and the realization to yourself, so on and so forth, those things, but also with mom and dad. If one came and advocated, as I was speaking on, saying, there's been nothing that, Andre, that you've seen and rubbed elbows with these people, you changed. Well, there was that one time that I asked you, reach out to your family, see what they might know.
Mm-hmm.
During my case. That was my memory in Facebook. Talking about I have to go to probation and talk to them about so on and so forth. Anyhow, the choice between going to the people that you chose or me stating, hey, be it that your family is associated with what they are and Al's sister got her passport the way she did, why don't you use your resources and ask what they know? And what'd you find out? District attorney and so forth, fucking state of California. Person that was sitting there writing a book with him on drug laws of the world. Here, here's this person's number. Here, this attorney that we have, if you'd like to talk with him. But yet, that wasn't able to go through, so Abuela went with her choice, which I'm glad. Woman got her money back, and everything else as people had seen were like, what the fuck? Yet, what I'm getting at is, like that doctor stated, now if someone comes here and they're able to advocate, and one has the numbers and so forth of people on call, just calling, just on a whim, just on call, you called out. There's the number of these people. You understand? The governorship people in the state that you live in another country.
Yeah, I don't have the governor. The district attorney's number here in California. I don't know who the fuck he is. Or I don't have his phone number or in WhatsApp. Like personal messaging, or he names me in audio recording. Or shit like that. It has acknowledgement of my persona. That's what I'm saying. For one reason or another, that's where we're standing at.
So I say it in the application. If one has that ability, just on the one to ask, as presented as such, then those things that Father is talking about and so forth, push this to him and say, hey, there's those people that you talk with that instead of the larger group of those that come from the Socialist Party that they keep talking about and the Republicans use to state and use the socialist rhetoric when this is no way like what your family comes from, or any of the socialist countries from South America or from Southern America's continent. But that's why China and all those other countries that are of such intertwine with you guys. Even though I figured that out. And the small dabbling and puppetry of the governments to try to make them look like they're fucking what we would accept as a democracy that we dictate to. It is insane in itself. People in this country have to wake up to and see why those people at the border are going on. But diverging away from this topic of, hey, in this acknowledgement, water some seed. Because, again, in all the radio that you hear, and news that you see visually, those that come from where you're at vote on the laws that make it where you can't come no more. And that's low level. It takes number game from tax bracket. So those that have been playing golf and people you went to school with that come here. Like those RGs that were fucked up on coke. We met at night when we stayed at the hostel and I got my damn ticket. I said, here, I'll show you. I'll show you where you guys chose to stay at. I'm wondering why my whole lives have interchanged. Yeah, you're a diamond in the rough. Otherwise, the ones that we met together are like all the others that I've met from your class that are able to come up here.
I'm gonna go
You understand what I mean?
unload that.
You know what I'm saying? But if one advocates and use those resources, one might be able to help. Listen to this generation, our next generation, or his children come. Well, I happen to go through some fucking crazy shit. As we were speaking before, he's of the colony, or aborigines, being fitted with colonizers' fittings. Will be confused by such, because the way people would treat him. I'd almost imagine that's probably what your brothers went through. Why in his actions of talking on how bad the food or how fucked up the people look in his discussion or visit that we had. Because at that time, if in 1980 is when things flip-flopped, your brother is older than you, and your other ones are also. They're not on the Disneyland trip. So what were they wearing, and then what is your brother wearing? In difference to your brothers. Do you understand? How was he treated? And same with Lula. Same with yourself if you were around friends that didn't have companies that allowed them to wear the same clothing as you. You understand? Because you went to an entirely different school than your brother and sister. You understand? A whole different environment, a whole different way of, say, insecurities that can be played upon by others when you don't know that it's an insecurity. It's just the way that you look. It's something you think happy because it's something you do as a family or the way your family is. Yeah. Me, like I used to say, my mom was the same way. I go, Mom, don't put that on me, because I'm going to get in a fight. Please don't do that. Where did your shoes go? I stopped fighting with people because I got tired of fucking being suspended and other things, or you not listening. Here, you need the shoes? Take the shit. I want boots. But, you understand what I'm saying? That's the difference. That's why I say a person standing here as yourself, your opportunity, your father blessed you with like what he was blessed with. Language. to a language school. There's so many different doors. And as you see with ELS being canceled everywhere, it's the main focus that I understand. And the main focus that most people don't understand, the test that they do. Since everyone is a pricker and says, speak English. When you speak it properly, you don't understand what the fuck we're saying. So what are you speaking? Are you speaking English? We just remember that. It's not that now that you have personal number as another person, because I'm so puzzled on how I got a nickname of Papa. If I got no conversation with a person, how the fuck somebody else in someone's social group had a nickname for me?
Because when you would say when you would Skyping and you would say hola papa or hi papa, love you papa.
Yeah, I understand that. That's within the family.
Well, like once a couple of times, those would be the friend. That would be the couple that my parents would be staying at. And a couple of times they'd be having dinner, or it was like my mom's birthday or whatnot, and everybody's listening in the background, And so it was filtrated from the family
So it was
to
like
them.
I ain't like talked to Lehman or anybody like that about
And
it.
so they call you Papa or Pa as the loving nickname. Instead of calling you Z.
But yeah, doing as such, talking with those, as one still has the ability to, and as things open up, as the vacuum goes, get those things established. The numbers game, you guys may not have the tax bracket in a sense anymore. Once crossed over, but the people that are still talked to, that's not lost. And then there's your generation. I mean, the kids that you were raised with.
I got your sweater.
And your sister and brother. It's just like myself and everyone. So look at the spider web of life. I have a feeling it's probably going to give me nightmares. Be that this is what they're using on us. And then bringing home now. There's certain the dogs here and other stuff. But more and more of these movies that they're doing like this bring it to the public's attention that it's happening. And they're Bitcoin and all their phones are, funding it. It's supposed to shut off Fukushima, but what's it doing? The same as the other movies were since iRobot. They had those to make you think like them. But yet, all of them that are part of the DARPA initiative all look the same, like the Elysium robots and the ones from Total Recall remake. The monsters of man. People actually going out and doing things. Come to the forefront because people are complaining at the United Nations about it.
May I see the one, please? While I divulge and see if you remember what the technical are.
different because I'm doing this and I want to in my hand.
No, yes. No. Keith?
No.
No, Keith. What? Okay. So, the females, they blink, and the males, they fly. And they go, yeah, yeah, when their butts glow. Where am I?
Oh yeah, we have them.
Not flying on this side anymore.
No, we have them in Argentina.
Oh, what do you have?
We got a bichito de luz.
The what?
Bichito?
Pochito?
Bichito.
Pochito. Bichito.
Yeah, like bug.
Uh-huh.
Little bug. Bicho is bug.
Mm-hmm.
Bichito is little bug.
Oh.
So, bichito de luz.
Loose?
Light.
Loose.
Bug of light.
Little bug of light.
Little bug of light.
But it flies. Yours fly?
Yeah. We call them. They look like stars everywhere.
But it isn't. But your description doesn't. What you just described to me. I don't wish to see anything.
I want to make sure that we're talking about the same insect.
Yeah, firefly. To fly. The females are on the ground and the males fly. They do a certain pattern. What I was just alluding to is down at the waterhole today. What did I see? Banana slug with this long. First time I've ever seen one here.
Bananas?
One of those long ones. So it made me think of where I usually used to go hitchhike to. And I was like, man, I wonder if I can get a boiler. We go to Moonstone Beach and go and watch the banana slugs and roll up all these things and ask Mama if we can have some moonstone. Put it in our water.
Yeah. Firefly. This thing's how I didn't know that the male only in my hometown at night in the summer everywhere. I didn't know that's just the male. Yeah, it's like little lights. You see? It says bichito de luz. Little bug of light.
In a couple of weeks on the East Coast, they'll be out. And seeing the centipedes just made me think. That centipede that I picked up that was glowing made me think of the glowworm. I seen the glowworms that grow in Delaware at this time too, but then seeing the ones here that used to be. Since the climate's gotten so different. Are you ready? Do you have your popcorn ready?
I already ate it. To my belly.
That's taking too long. So, let's see what this movie is about. Kind of scared, dude.
Is it a new one?
Yes, 2021 it was released. And there's a couple guys that I recognize. Seems like it'd be alright. But the modality of it, once you see, you'll know why I say I'm probably gonna have nightmares. I'm wondering why they're making this shit. Not the movie, but the other stuff. As you understand why when you see it.
I heard you say something about the dogs on the street.
3 very similar movies released at the same time this year that have 3 of the same type of robots and, in a sense, predicaments or what they're used for. Haven't watched this yet, or the other two, but be it that the gentleman's on the front of the headline news right now for expressing and showing about the drone wars and killings, like Edward Snowden, the gentleman that released the whistleblower, is fighting for his life and freedom, and not be put away for it.
Oh, Julian?
No.
Right now in the news.
About the drones, honey. Stuff that flies out of where the kids are recruited for out here. From the mechanized drones to the semi-UAV, autonomous, so forth things, and bipedal ones. It's lot. 2036 is the time this is set at. And what, 3 years ago, Putin stating what he stated, and I guess I can see why they're making these. If they're paying attention like I was when I posted and shared those headline news, I wasn't showed in America, but what Pentagon wanted of no boots on the ground, just all robots and so forth by 2025. I'm like, how the fuck are they gonna do that? But like we were saying, with all the Bitcoin stealing and all this stuff they've been doing, appropriating people's stuff, they don't advance their agenda and their shit by a whole lot. Everybody has. I mean, shit. As North Korea got their weapons, nuclear submarines, nuclear fucking torpedoes. Everybody got shit. Supersonic, fucking supercalifragilistic. Oh shit. Why would you make some shit like that? We got money. Let's do it. It was this. Say it's COVID, and take it. Write it off. That shit crazy.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the games and shit your kids is playing, people. You understand where the world's heading to. You understand where they want the world to go to. To combat Kobol's growing power, the Pentagon has deployed robotic soldiers, aka GUMPs, to active duty for the first time. So they're either fully autonomous or about to be fully autonomous, like the ones in Monsters of Man, or they're avatars, like now. There's better appropriated avatars, where we don't have to lose any men on the ground, but just push buttons and PlayStation thing. Like now, with the flying drones and shit. Scary and weak point. The gentleman just got sent to the camp. As he's walking through the dumps, they make him stare at the thing to get biometric readings, facial scan recognition. Issue with that, if that is, that would be a focal point, one that can be faked, and so forth. One could be turned to look like the enemy or the things. Interesting thing. It's like now. Roll out other drones all over the place for free delivery. That's scary. And they keep pushing this agenda. We're about to figure out if this is like universal soldiers or transhumanism, like Lazarus. Interesting. Stuff that the sick bastards are trying to still do. Reality here for war. Instead of living and creating life. Taking life. Oh man.
copyright won't be able to play what we were listening to, but Kevin Hart, July of last year, 2020. That's COVID in his house show. Talking about men not caring where wife goes and stuff, and Abuela's over here dying because she's like, that's you. I was like, no, that's you. On the woman's side. Women just can't sit down. They learn about COVID. Trapped in the house with your spouse. Just sit down.
I'm gonna tell you the problem, ladies, and I want you to listen closely. Better place, but you don't know how to not give a fuck. Yep.